This week on the Digital Coffee, what should you be tweeting about? Twitter has some ideas. Instagram have launched a whole load of new stickers, and one of those is going to be really great for your business. And Facebook are updating their live video and their regular video product to add lots of new features. All that and more after this. Good morning, and welcome to the Digital Coffee. This is your weekly dose of digital marketing and social media news for small business. My name is Amanda Webb. Instagram are considering letting you have more than one guest on your Instagram lives. Now, this is very vague. This guy, who is one of the product developers at Instagram, answered questions from the public on his Instagram stories, and one of those is, when am I going to be able to go live with more than one people? And he didn't say no. He said that they're working on it, they're considering it, but he also said there's some other things they want to do first. So what are their other things? Well, firstly, stability. They're working on stability because I know, you get a lot of dropout on Instagram Live. They tend to jump in and out. People get cut off even when they have great internet access. So that's their highest priority by the sounds of it. Secondly, they're looking at adding more features. He really teased us with that one, didn't he? What does he mean, new features? I am excited about this already. I will cover those when they get launched here. They are also working on making Instagram Live available on the web. And this for me is the most exciting update because we can do everything else now on Instagram on the web. You remember when it first came out and it was just a mobile app? Well, no longer. You can do everything on Instagram on the web except for viewing and recording live videos. How bizarre is that? So they're looking to make that an update first. What I think is really interesting is the way that they're doing these Q&As. Facebook always seems like this big corporate company, and we know that Instagram is part of that. But by actually having a human being with his own handle doing a Q&A in his stories is genius. Instagram are launching lots of new stickers, and the first one is called a Selfie Sticker. And I love the way that this looks. Let's just grab it. Here we go. This is what it looks like. You hit the selfie sticker, and when you go, you get these kind of psychedelic selfies. You're black and white. They've got changeable backgrounds. But what I really like is you can choose an emoji to go with your selfie. So if you're feeling sad, there's the crying emoji. If you're feeling in love, there's the one with the big hearts. There's a celebration one. So it's a really nice way to use yourself as an emoji in your stories. Let's just look at that in a little bit more detail because I do have images to accompany this as well. So the selfie sticker, you can go and look once we finish the broadcast. Do you have the selfie sticker? It's a little kind of pink circle with hearty eyes on it. When you click that, you go through to the main interface where it's you on the screen, and you'll be able to choose the emoji you want to represent yourself. And as you can see in the example, you can actually add more than one to a story element. Now, I do like this. The reason I like this is back in the days of Snapchat, well, I know it's still there, but I don't use it anymore. Back in the days of Snapchat, I used to do a daily emoji where I would try and pull a face that would represent an emoji. And I have had this big idea in my head for a long time. It's one of those things you put on the long finger because it's not going to bring you business. It's to do a lot of GIFs, a set of GIFs of me pulling various emoji faces. Like I need to get a monocle because that one with the monocle, that's my favorite. So I am a little bit jealous that that's there, but I love the fact that they're facilitating this. I think it could be great fun. Instagram is launching a support sticker. We talked about this on the show last week, kind of. If you were watching last week, you may remember that I talked about a section on Instagram. Jane Munchen Wong shared it on her Twitter that she found that it looks like Instagram are going to allow you to put a link to a gift card in your profile. But we also noticed in her screen grab there that it said you'd be able to promote it via a sticker. That sticker seems to be on its way. Again, Jane Munchin Wong reverse engineers stuff, so she sees this stuff before we see it. But you may see at the top right hand side of that first element, which I'm going to try and point at here, first element, there is a sticker that says support. And when people click that sticker, they will have the option for people to give you support by buying a gift card. You'll be able to link up your PayPal or various, the Square, there's others, various payment systems. So people will actually be able to click the sticker, go through and buy a gift card from you immediately, which is going to be so good for so many businesses now that really need to keep their income going. So a big yes for Instagram. I can't wait to see this rolled out, and I do imagine as it's for the times that are here, we are going to see it actioned really quickly. Do you know what to tweet? This is a big problem, I think, for businesses. They just don't know what to tweet. And a big problem that Twitter has is it has a lot of users. In fact, it's growing again. It is becoming a popular network again, but it has a lot of new users that never tweet. So one way they're looking at fixing this problem is by helping us as businesses by showing us what you're going to tweet. And they've released this calendar, a 31-day calendar, a monthly calendar that you can refer to. And for each day, it has a Twitter prompt. And there are some really interesting prompts in there, including pro tip is one of the top prompts, ask a question, another one, and share statistics. And there's a whole lot of Twitter ideas there. And I think this is brilliant because I know a lot of businesses will get lost and they'll end up just, there's nothing wrong with sharing moments from your day, but when it becomes a stream of consciousness and we have to see every single thing that you eat, it's not necessarily right for business. So this is a nice roadmap that you'll be able to use if you're not on Twitter already. I will link to it below in the main show so that you can go and try it out. But what I also think we as businesses can learn from this is that Twitter have identified a problem. The problem is they have all these users that never tweet, and they've created a piece of content that fixes that problem. And obviously they have a goal there. Their goal is to get more people actually tweeting on the network. And that's how they'll be able to measure its success. And when we create content, very often it's kind of haphazard and a bit lapsadaisical. With this is how you create content with a strategy in mind. So obviously, I am the person to come and see if you need help creating a content strategy. You can get in touch with me through my website, which is spiderworking.com. This wasn't supposed to turn into a sales pitch, but it has. Facebook are making some changes to the Facebook Live product. In fact, some of these have rolled out already. If you are a live streamer, you will have clicked in to go and edit your broadcast and you've seen a whole different screen. There's a new studio. That's been on the cards for a while. It's confusing when you're trying to do something in a rush, but it is quite good. But they're also introducing some other features. Interestingly, there's a statistic here. The number of people in the United States watching live streams on Facebook Live has risen by 50% since January. If you're a business, now might be the time to start thinking about your live streaming strategy. So that could be something you need to work on right now. So let's have a look at what these changes are. Firstly, this is the one I'm most excited about, which is automatic live captioning, closed captioning. Now that is subtitles. And that's something that is, it annoys me about Facebook Live, is that I haven't found a way to incorporate live subtitles yet. And that means that if you can't hear, if you are hard of hearing, you cannot watch my show for a couple of hours until I get my subtitles up. So that bothers me. I would love to see this feature. If they can caption me live, I would be a happy bunny. But Facebook is rubbish at transcribing captions. That's why you have to wait a couple of hours for me to get the captions transcribed, because Facebook itself is pants at this. It gets everything I say wrong, which is weird because other services like YouTube seem to interpret what I'm saying quite well. So hopefully they're going to fix that as well. Live audio. This is something we have live audio. If you have an Android phone, you can broadcast audio live on Facebook. But they're talking about something else now. They're talking about a broadcast like this. You, as viewers, will be able to decide that you only want the audio version. You don't need the video. And this is going to be good for a couple of reasons. Firstly, if your internet is slow, you won't need to stream the video bit, which means that you'll probably be able to listen without interruption. And secondly, I know a lot of people will watch live broadcasts in another tab. So they'll be listening rather than watching live. And if that's a thing already, it's a really good idea to facilitate that through Facebook. As broadcasters, we need to pay attention to this, right? Because we need to make sure whatever we say, we're not just referring to visuals. And if you're referring to visuals, you must describe them, because if people are listening rather than watching, they're not going to see the things that I'm putting up on screen. One more feature. If you are a non-profit, you will be able to generate, now this is only probably going to be in the States to start with, a free donations phone number, an actual phone number. So you can actually call for donations on the screen and people will be able to phone up and give you a donation, which is really old school, but for some reason makes me excited. Facebook is updating its video product with lots of new tools. Some of these are just, wow, exciting. We have to wonder why Facebook is doing them. Some of them you're kind of going, yeah, why didn't you do that already? So the first thing that they're doing is they're updating the playlists, and they're also introducing something called series. So a playlist, I stopped using them a while ago because they stopped making it easy for me to upload things to a playlist, so I just stopped. But I'm definitely going to relook now, because they are reactivating playlists and making them more prominent. So now when you share a video from a playlist, it will be like YouTube. It'll kind of link to the playlist so people can continue watching more videos from you instead of sending them off to the next video by someone else, which happens a lot on Facebook, right? So that's your playlist. And playlists, they suggest a playlist should be thematic. So you might have a playlist of videos about video tips, which is what I'm sharing currently on my Facebook page. Or you might have a playlist of news stories like this. Series are going to be slightly different. What series are is more like, think of it like a Netflix series or a TV series, where it's episodic content, where there is a natural flow to the content. With a playlist, it's going to jump up and down. With a series, it's going to help you go episodically through each episode. For example, over the weekend or over the next few days, I'm hoping to create a series of videos about how I repurpose this live broadcast and share it on other social networks. If I tried to do that all in one, it would be a very long video, and I'm not sure everyone has the bandwidth for that. Whereas if it's a series, I can show you each step of the process in a series of videos and add it to a series playlist where you will be prompted to watch it in order. They're also going to give you, though, some extra features which are really TV-like. You'll be able to release seasons. So think about, I think that could really work. We think of this as TV, but it could work for your business as well. Maybe you're going to do a season of interviews with people. It'd be a fabulous way to help launch it. You'll be able to add artwork to it. So it'll be, this is the TV series and this is the season, and there'll be artwork. And you're also going to be able to add trailers. They're really trying to get in on that product, on the TV side of things. Other features. They're going to update your video tab on your Facebook page, so it will make it easier for people to be able to subscribe to the content they want to or unsubscribe. They're also going to add a bulk upload. In fact, this is there now. If you use Creator Studio, you will be able to upload up to 50 videos at a time. And actually yesterday on my business page that I accessed through Business Manager, it was also giving me the option to bulk upload videos. And of course, once they're uploaded, you can schedule them out when you want to rather than going live immediately. In the future, they're adding to this. They're going to let you add subtitles in bulk. They're going to let you add tags in bulk. They're going to let you add to playlists in bulk. So they're going to make it a lot easier for us to manage our videos. Facebook are getting in on the people helping each other action. They have released a community hub this week, and a community hub is a place where people will be able to offer help, ask for help, and fundraise during the COVID-19 crisis. And this is a lovely initiative from Facebook. I really think they have stepped up to the mark here. It's going to be a one-stop shop. So I know a lot of us are doing this on Twitter already. I'm involved in some group like offering to do shopping and pick up prescriptions for people in the town that I live in. And there's a lot of people that are involved in that. That's happened organically on Twitter. What I like about this is one place you can go to ask for help, to get help, and to fundraise. Currently available in the UK and the United States and France and Canada and Australia, but not in Ireland. Not yet, but they do say they're going to be rolling it out to more places in the coming weeks. And again, this is something they will act fast on because they have to if it's going to be relevant still, hopefully. LinkedIn is going to allow us to message more people. At the moment on LinkedIn, you can only send a direct message to someone in your network, which is people you're connected to, and secondary connections, which is like friends of friends, as you'd see it on Facebook. They are now going to allow you to message people who are in groups with you. And this is great because it will give, if you're in the right groups, if you're in groups where your customers hang out, and if you're having conversations in those groups and getting to know people, you'll be able to move that conversation into a private messaging place. The downside is we are going to start getting a load of spammy messages, right? Right? We're going to get people trying to sell to us constantly. And if you're going to use this tool, I think you need to be aware of that. Your first direct message to anyone on LinkedIn should never be a sales pitch. It should be a getting to know you post. And after you've got a conversation and you know if you're a right fit for somebody, then that's the point where you might point them towards what it is that you do. So I cautiously welcome this. I like the fact that we'll be able to connect to people easier beyond our network. We used to be able to do that anyway, but I also am worried that my inbox is going to get flooded.